Good morning. Here's to another week. I want to talk to you briefly about a comment I've seen on a forum, a therapist forum I belong to the effect that therapists shouldn't be on social media, and they should be sort of inscrutable like these things. They should not really share their personal beliefs or opinions online, and therefore be accessible to everyone and anyone. I get that. That's fine. It's their opinion. That's okay. But I disagree, and I will tell you why I disagree. And of course, it's up to you to make your mind up on, how do you want to proceed if you want to see a therapist next. Um, Firstly, I think you can't really be an LGBTQI plus therapist or affirmative therapist without having an element of social justice or a belief in social justice. That's one. And I think if we, especially in this day and age when the community is so hounded from every angle, if we stay on the fence and if we don't speak up in defense, if we don't actually make our voices heard, then I'm not sure what the point of that is. Secondly, I don't think you can be an affirmative therapist without speaking out, especially this day and age. You just can't. I don't think that's a thing. Now, also, what we're trying to do is create a sense of safety for the clients that come and see us. And I think a lot of clients go online and see what we're like before they actually come to see us because they want to feel that they're safe. Now, remember, people come to see us because they want to share some of the most intimate and hidden aspects of their lives. And how can they do that if they have no idea, they have no feel for who we are as a person? Now, obviously, during therapy, we might then not click, or we might have some differences or whatever, and that's fine. And they go and look for somebody else, or they stick with you. Whatever happens, that's fine. But the point is, they will come and speak to a therapist because the therapist has been able to project an element of safety and support about the issues that the particular client cares about. So that's one thing. So if we don't do this, if we are totally inscrutable, very robotic, how is the customer supposed to relate to us on a human level, which ultimately I believe is the most important part of therapy? Now, secondly, and this is far more important, I am also a human. Believe it or not. I have feelings, again, believe it or not. I am triggered by things, believe it or not. So I'm not sure how I can be the best version of myself, how I can be the best therapist that I can be for someone when working with that someone is actually very triggering and very unsafe, and I'm not happy being in the presence of that particular person. So I think being robotic, being scrutable, being, not sharing bits about myself or not sharing that sort of stuff, or not intimate stuff about myself, but just so people have an understanding of what am I like as a person. I'm not sure how that benefits the client if they are not getting the best service they can possibly get because for whatever reason I am incapable of providing that service. So I think the therapy is about human connection. Now, if one person is trying that human connection and the other person is completely above it all and just full of knowledge and wisdom, I just think there's a power imbalance there. I don't think that's a connection. I think that's just going and asking ChatGPT whatever, ChatGPT what you should do in a certain circumstance or whatever. I don't think that's the key to therapy. So you may have your own opinions, and that's absolutely fair enough, and you may choose your therapist in any which way you like. But as far as I'm here and I'm doing this job, I will always speak for the trans community. I'll always speak for the LGBTQI plus community, and I have absolutely no problem with people knowing exactly where I stand. Have a good rest of the week.